I have an objection because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified.
And I object to the certificate from the state of Georgia on the grounds that the electoral votes were not...
There's no debate.
I object because people are horrified by the overwhelming evidence
Section
of Russian
18,
interference
Title
in our
3 of the
elections.
United States Code
I
17.
object on the massive voter suppression.
Debate
that
is not in
included
order.
Counting
Debate is not in order.
ballots that were provisional, that denied individuals access to polling places.
I object on behalf of the millions of Americans, including members of the intelligence community,
There is no debate. Debate is prohibited.
Interfered in our elections.
Then I object to the certificate from the state of North Carolina based on violations of the Voting
There is
Rights
no
Act
debate.
and
There's no
confirmed hacking
debate
by
in the
Russian
joint
government.
session.
I object to the 15 votes from the state of North Carolina because of the massive voter suppression and the closing of polling booths.
There is no debate. There is no debate.
I wish to ask, is there one United States senator who will join me in this letter
There
of
is no
rejection?
debate. There is no debate.
And I object to the votes from South Carolina because
As the
of the
chair has
Russian
previously
intrusion
ruled,
into the election process.
There
of
is
the
no
elected people.
debate.
President, I object to the certificate from the state of Alabama on the grounds that the electoral votes were not, under all of the known circumstances, regularly given, and that the electors were not lawfully certified, especially given the confirmed and illegal activities engaged by the government of Russia designed to interfere with our election and the widespread violations of the Voting Rights Act that unlawfully suppressed thousands of votes.
You can run the best campaign, you can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you.
How can you win with Russian interference, though?
That's
what
real
I'm
thing.
scared about in 2020.
But rightly.
Because I think he's an illegitimate president that didn't really win. So how do you fight against that in 2020?
You are absolutely right. I will tell you that we should believe exactly what the intelligence community has told us, which is Russia did interfere in the election of the President of the United States in 2016.
He's an illegitimate president in my mind. That's it. And we're going to be stuck for 6 more years with this guy. And that is terrifying. It's terrifying.
Would you be my vice presidential candidate?
Trump knows he's an illegitimate president who got illegitimate foreign help.
Well, Trump is an illegitimate president. He did not win the election without help from Russia. You will see this. And he knows he's illegitimate. Every time you mention it, he freaks out.
He knows he's an illegitimate president. He knows that there were a bunch of different reasons why the election turned out the way it did.
And there's no doubt that the Russians did interfere in the election. And I think the interference, although not yet quantified, if fully investigated, would show that Trump didn't actually win the election in 2016. He lost the election, and he was put into office because the Russians interfered.
I don't see this president-elect as a legitimate president.
You do not consider him a legitimate president. Why is that?
I think the Russians participated in helping this man get elected, and they helped destroy the candidacy of Hillary Clinton.
People deserve to know whether Donald Trump is either A, a legitimate president, B, a Russian asset, C, the functional equivalent of an organized crime boss, or D, just a useful idiot who happens to have been victimized by the greatest collection of coincidences.
He says in this new book just out today that the Russian attack did sway the election, that Donald Trump would not be president but for that attack.